Across our neighbourhood and across the world, you're listening to BRIMBANK Live on Live FM.
Across Australia and around the world on BRIMBANK Live FM, Sonya and SACHA, for real.
Oh, it's our favourite day, BRIMBANK Live on Live FM. You've got the Sonya and SACHA for real show. It's Friday. It's our fabulous Friday. We love it.
I thought you were going to
our
say
next guest.
Another word there.
Yeah. No. I keep it clean for the radio. I leave them until afterwards, when I'm yelling at my kids. No, joking. Not joking.
No, you're not.
So
no,
we've got the best guest now coming up. What a day. We've had the Empowerment King. Now we've got the King of Comedy. We've got, and James has got an AKA as well. This is James Liotta. Oh, James Liotta, everybody.
James Liotta.
So AKA Maria and Pasquale Papagale. How did I go?
Hey.
Not bad. Hello, ladies. Not bad. Papagallo.
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 Papagallo's bird.
I should know because I should know that you add an O to the end of everything, right? When SACHA speaks and she tells me things, she uses her Italian thing. She's like, dedo and 3 o'clock, or it's always an O at the end. I should have known. Silly me. James, how you doing?
Look, I'm doing well. It's great to talk to you, ladies. This is really fabulous. It's like a cross between radio and TV. It's fantastic because I got this letter from you guys saying you had to be presentable. I was like, oh, come on. And here I am. So it's good fun. Thank you.
Did you see that we accidentally sent a letter? That just shows how professional we are behind the scenes. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I've got a bit of a beef with the letter, actually.
Oh,
because
really? Tell it. Oh, God.
Yeah,
Eliza, our producer, wrote that, so she's probably a little bit frightened right now. What's the beef?
If Eliza's listening, the letter was very generic. It just said hi and no name on it. Oh. And I thought, you could have at least put my name in there as well instead of just the generic hi. She probably didn't know which one.
She probably didn't know whether it was Maria or Pasquale or James, so she's just said hi just to keep it, right.
Hi. In that case, I forgive her. It's fine.
Can I just say, probably I should have done that because I sent it to you, and it just means that you just it's just a bit of cut and paste here and there. I don't want to muck around with the details of no names.
So, what have you been doing for lockdown, James? James, what's going on for the lockdown? Because you were doing events left, right and centre, and all of a sudden, stay in your home, don't leave. What's going on?
What have I been doing for lockdown? We've been trying to keep ourselves sane, basically.
Yes.
We've really embraced the whole online thing. I mean, we were always doing stuff online, just that we've had a bit of extra time now to dedicate to it. And, online is a very bittersweet environment, but for people like us in the entertainment business, it's a great tool to have, so you really need to embrace it. But we've also been working because we had to move everything to 2021, all our tours, all our corporate functions and so forth. Yeah. So we've really just been working on the following year, basically.
What if we don't get let out? What if we have to do another year in lockdown? What the hell are we going to do? Sorry,
no. I'll just be making your pasta sauce for the whole year.
It's a lot of soda water, James.
I know.
I'm going Coke Zero on this one.
Oh, no way! No
Even better.
I think that you have revolutionised the old Sicilian way with a bit of Coke Zero.
Oh, maybe. You never know. A bit of Lambrusco. You get the wine and the fizziness at the same time. See?
Look at you.
Yeah, the Lambrusco.
I might think that you're a little bit Italian there, James.
Just a little bit.
Are you whipping up your own? Are you cooking a lot? What are you cooking and eating, and what are you doing?
There's a misconception.
Doing it. You look good.
Nah, thanks. There's a misconception about Italians that know how to cook. A lot of Italians actually don't know how to cook. We know how to reheat because everything is cooked for us from our mum, and then we reheat it. Microwave or the oven, so it's already cooked. But I have cooked a little bit more than usual, also because I've had to save a few dollars as well since there's been no work. So you got to do what you got to do.
Oh, I love the fact that you're on. Or was it not Centrelink, but it was LinkedIn, and I love your comedy. I love it. I want to know, how do you come up with this?
Well, the Centrelink thing was that what I said was I'm on Centre LinkedIn all together, sent to LinkedIn, which is basically for business people who are on the dole at the moment. That's you combine the two. How do I come up with stuff? Look, it's, after you've done it for a while, your mind just thinks a little bit more comedically and you think outside the box. You guys have been very generous adding the word comedy king to my title. That's very sweet of you. There's a lot of comedy kings out there, but you look at the world a bit differently when you work in comedy. That's what it is, really.
Well, there's no limits to what you can laugh at, really. Like, we don't have a limit. Sonia and I say that there are zero limits. Like, you can laugh at whatever you want. There's no limits. Are you a no limit laugher?
I'm happy to laugh at absolutely almost anything. There are some taboo subjects out there for comics and comedians. Some people will go there. It's a personal choice if you'll go there or not. But as a comic, I think you just need to be open-minded. I think what the problem is, ladies, is that if you go there into a taboo subject, some people think that you are that kind of person where you make fun of that in your day-to-day life. That's not really the case at all. That's a joke. It's a comedic way of thinking. That doesn't mean I embrace that particular topic or I support that topic, and it's hard for people to understand that sometimes.
Okay, so you have two characters.
Sorry, I was just wanted to say with Maria and Pasquale, Papagallo, where did this come from? How do you love dressing up as Maria? Where does it? Who are those people? Those characters? Who are they?
What man has not wanted to explore a pair of breasts and get paid for it? Honestly,
especially when they're attached to your own chest.
Yeah. Well, they're actually attached to the dress, to be honest. Anyway, so I can move them around like that. So there's no bra. Where did the characters come from? Look. All of us that work in this world of ethnic comedy, and there's a few of us out there now, and there's different teams, different groups and stuff, and we've all had our own success in our own way. We really are just embracing our family members collectively. So like Pasquale is an amalgamation of different woggy dads and uncles and granddads, all sort of combined into one.
Mashed
and same
in.
with mashed in basically, and same with Maria as well. So you just get the best of people. And sure, look, anyone in an Italian or Greek family can do this, but not everyone can get up and do it in front of 2,000 people. So I think that's the difference there.
Yes.
And do your parents watch you?
They do watch me. They don't always love everything I do. I don't think my parents ever thought that becoming a performer meant getting dressed up with lipstick and fake boobs and stuff. But whatever. If it brings in any cash, they're happy with that. As long as it brings in cash.
Like, are your parents bragging about you? This is my son. He's wearing this dress.
What's funny? They don't particularly brag. But when I was really young, I had I've had a television agent since I was 8 years old. But my dad used to dabble in some performance work as well, and he did a few things on TV, commercials, and stuff like that. And we had the same agent for a little while. And every time my agent would call my dad for an audition or something that he scored, he'd go, "And what about my son? You got something for my son?" So he's always trying to get me work as well.
That's so
Love
good.
that.
What about trying to get you dates? Do they do that as well? Don't they go, "Oh, my son is very handsome." He's
You know what? Look, I got to be honest. That's the tradition, but thankfully, I didn't have any of that. Neither did my siblings. But it's very common that, especially for women in ethnic families, where the pair, if they're still single and about 45, they try to start setting them up with someone. So it's common.
It's really common. I know. I love it. I think the reason why it's so successful, as you say, the ethnic comedy is because everybody's got ethnic people, ethnic in their family, right? And they sit there and they watch, like I know my, husband's Greek, so I've got, Greek family.
We've all got that great family. Yeah.
Right. And we listen to these stories and you watch, someone doing the comedy and it's so relatable. It's just like, that's how I grew up, or that's how, my household is. And so I think that's why we love it. And when you amplify it and then throw it back at us, it's just gold, isn't it?
That's what Maria it is. It's an example. Sorry to cut you off.
I love how they're unhappily married. I love how they're so unhappily married. That's just perfect to me. I think that's gold.
Do you know what I base their relationship on? The married with children relationship between Al Bundy and Peggy. That's where there's a bit of inspiration, because I love that show, and they're always giving it to each other in that show. So these are like the Italian versions of Al Bundy and Peggy. They're just always hammering each other, But also, it's like my grandparents were like that too. My nonni were always had something to say about each other, or telling each other to shut up all the time and stuff like that. So it was fun to grow up and watch it. Yeah.
So you've got a radio show as well. Tell us about that.
Oh, yeah, I do. I have a little radio show on community radio in Melbourne. It's on a station called Inner FM, which is 96.5. It's usually a Wednesday night program, but because of curfew laws here in Melbourne, we had to rearrange some of the shows. So at the moment, I'm doing it on a Thursday afternoon. And it's good fun. It's a couple of hours of live radio fun, just like yourselves. And we play music. We have talk back, interviews, comedy, bit of a variety of fun. I've always loved doing radio as well.
So much fun. Radio is really, really good. Radio is really cool. Oh,
it's been our lifesaver. So James, how do people find you? Tell us where we can actually have a look and laugh our heads off at these clips that you're posting all the time about your favourite people.
Thanks so much. The best way is always the social media. So you can find me at James Liotta Entertainer on Facebook and on Instagram. There's also my website, jamesliotta.com.au. And I might as well throw in tonight, you can catch me on TV. They're doing the rerun of Fat Pizza, which I'm part of the cast of, and they're rerunning that on 7 Mate, binged back-to-back all the episodes, and you can catch me in episodes 2 and 4. My roles exist in episodes 2 and 4 because 7 Mate is celebrating 10 years of being a network and existing, and comedy is a big part of 7 Mate. So Fat Pizza tonight at 8:30 p.m.
Fantastic. Well, can you give us a bit of Maria, as we go to the break, please, James? What have you got? What would Maria say about today?
Maria, she sounded very strange if she don't wear the wig and the boobs. It doesn't really work. You need the costume plays a big part.
Yeah,
everyone will be able to hear that.
I love that
sweet, sultry voice of Maria's and feel and look you up on Instagram. We love you, James. Thank you so much for always supporting us, and thanks for being on the show today. Don't forget James Liotta Entertainer on Instagram, and check out on 7 Mate tonight. Thanks a lot, buddy. We love you. Have the great weekend. We'll see you soon. This is BRIMBANK Live on Live FM. Sonya and Sasha for real.
Sonya and Sasha, for real.